I feel like some of you just do not know what children are supposed to act like because you beat your children into submission. So when you see a 7-year-old acting like a 7-year-old, you feel like something is wrong with them because you guys are still teaching your children to be seen and not heard. People saying Rumi looks like she has autism is so crazy to me because, again, like, what does that look like to you guys? But also, if she does, who cares?
So, by now, most people know that Beyoncé and Jay-Z have always been very private when it comes to their twins, Rumi and Sir. From the moment they were born, the Carters made it clear they weren't interested in putting their kids in the spotlight. They ignored the pressure from fans and the media and chose to raise their children away from public judgment. But recently, Beyoncé made a rare move. During her Cowboy Carter tour, she surprised the world by bringing her daughter Rumi on stage. What should have been a sweet and heartwarming moment between a mother and her child quickly turned into something ugly, and it's all because some people online don't know how to act right. As soon as Rumi stepped into the spotlight, people on the internet started nitpicking everything she did. They didn't just comment on her stage presence, they started tossing out wild claims, acting like online doctors, trying to diagnose her based on a few seconds of innocent behavior. Some folks even had the nerve to suggest Rumi might have a condition, and that, sir, her twin brother, must be worse, simply because Beyoncé hasn't shown him publicly. This kind of invasive speculation is exactly why Beyoncé has kept her children out of the public eye for so long, and now her fears are coming true. Let's back up a bit and talk about the Cowboy Carter tour itself. It's been in the headlines for a number of reasons. For one, tickets were expensive, and a lot of fans were questioning whether the prices were worth it, especially since some shows weren't sold out. People even started saying this might be Beyoncé's sign to slow down or take a break from performing. But regardless of what the critics had to say, Beyoncé showed up and gave it her all. Like always, her performance was top tier. She reminded everyone exactly why she's one of the greatest entertainers of our time. What made this tour feel even more special was how Beyoncé included her family in the show. Blue Ivy, her eldest daughter, came on stage and danced like a pro. She was confident, calm, and you could tell she's had practice. But the moment that really got people talking was when Beyoncé brought out little Rumi Carter. It happened during her performance of Protector, and you could see right away that this was a big moment for them both. Rumi didn't come out like a seasoned performer, and she wasn't supposed to. She came out with the joy of a young child, waving happily to the crowd, and then, out of nowhere, she turned and wrapped her arms around her mom in the sweetest hug. Beyoncé broke character and hugged her daughter back, smiling from ear to ear. Blue Ivy joined them again later in the show, along with their grandmother, Mama Tina. The energy on stage was full of love and excitement. It was clear this was something Beyoncé had wanted to share with her fans, a personal family moment made public just this once. But sadly, instead of appreciating the moment for what it was, a mother sharing a bit of her joy, people started overanalyzing Rumi's behavior. They pointed to the way she moved her hand.
Well, first of all, I was crying like a baby. Gayle King and Oprah were there, and I mean, we were just in tears because it was so touching to see Beyoncé with her daughters because she's so protective of them.
But the way she interacted on stage and tried to claim that she was showing signs of being on the spectrum. Some even started saying that if Rumi was different, then maybe that's why Beyoncé has kept her son, Sir, out of the spotlight, implying that he must have even more challenges. And if that wasn't bad enough, people began digging up old interviews and statements Beyoncé made during her pregnancy with the twins. In her Netflix documentary Homecoming, Beyoncé opened up about how difficult that pregnancy was. She had preeclampsia, which caused high blood pressure and damage to her organs. At one point, one of the twins' heart rates dropped, and she had to undergo an emergency C-section. She called it one of the hardest experiences of her life, mentally and physically. But instead of showing empathy, people twisted her words to support their own wild theories about her kids. Now the internet is filled with people saying Beyoncé must be ashamed of her children or hiding them because of how they turned out. All because Rumi looked like a normal, excited kid on stage. Even Azealia Banks jumped in, accusing Beyoncé of hiding her son and calling her out publicly. Kanye West also ran his mouth, making awful comments about the twins' health and appearance. It's disgusting, honestly. This moment was supposed to be pure. It was supposed to be a beautiful example of a mother including her children in something she loves. Instead, it turned into another example of how cruel people can be online. Bianca is reportedly furious and hurt by the way people have responded. And honestly, who can blame her? Think back to when Blue Ivy was younger. The same thing happened. People picked apart that little girl's appearance, her hair, her face with no shame. She was just a child, and adults online made her a target. Bianca saw it all and worked hard to shield her younger children from the same kind of hate. But now, even one moment on stage has led to rumors, accusations, and a new wave of judgment. After all this noise, people have noticed that Rumi's recent appearances on stage have changed. On day 4 of the Cowboy Carter tour, she was noticeably calmer. Some people think Bianca had a talk with her or maybe even decided to tone things down to avoid more backlash. But regardless of what actually happened, one thing is very clear. Bianca is reminded once again that no matter how careful she is, the public will always find a way to overstep. She let her guard down, just for a second, to share a bit of her joy, and it backfired. Now she's rethinking whether she should have done it at all. And honestly, can you blame her? We live in a time when people feel entitled to every detail of a celebrity's life. But just because someone is famous doesn't mean their children should be fair game. Kids deserve privacy. They deserve protection. And when they do show up in the public eye, they should be met with kindness, not criticism. If anything, this whole situation proves exactly why Bianca has kept her kids hidden. It's not about shame, it's about love. She's not trying to hide them because of who they are.
Give it up for Rumi, y'all. I put on your face so you saw the sky.
She's protecting them from what the world can be. So to everyone who felt the need to comment on Rumi's behavior or speculate about Sir's health, take a step back. Think.
But the waves, everything, the energy is gone. Y'all, we can't never have nothing. I want the old Rumi back, period. I want the old Rumi back. Why y'all doing too much? All these think pieces, all y'all opinions and shit. Now she gotta come out there and be well behaved. Girl, Rumi said, if I can't come out here being myself, speaking to my fans, I'm not doing a dance. I'm just gonna stand here. But girl's so sarcastic though. Y'all seen that little wave where she was like, I know what y'all want, but I can't do it. I'm in trouble. They said I gotta do it right, or this gonna be my last stage presence. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that. Let that little girl be a little girl.
Think about how you'd feel if someone spoke that way about your child. And maybe, just maybe, let kids be kids. Bianca's children didn't ask to be famous. They're just trying to grow up in peace, and honestly, that should be something we all respect.
And if Beyonce's daughter, Rumi, is autistic, so what? The world keeps spinning. She looks like a happy child, well taken care of.
She went from being full of